So we invest around the world in decent businesses that we think are trading substantially below their fair value. And we want companies to have strong balance sheets, management who are on our side with attractive valuation upside. We look for companies that offer attractive upside, valuation upside, and that means you're going to be looking in places other people are not looking, because that's where the opportunities are. And so we'll look around the world for those kinds of opportunities. And that'll be in countries that are out of favor, it could be in sectors out of favor, etc. Now, we don't just buy companies when they have fallen just because they have fallen, because in many cases they deserve to have fallen. So we're looking for those diamonds in the dust, the ones that are being overlooked, that are innocent bystanders that are caught up in the storm. So we don't like to use the phrase high conviction, because we know that anything can happen out there. And so we have a nicely diversified portfolio of some 60 companies or so around the world, so across the regions, across sizes, across industries. And we will perform differently to many other funds because we're not in there. So for example, right now we have very low exposure relative to the benchmark in US companies. We think that those are fully priced. And so if you're comparing us to funds which have high US exposure, will perform differently. And that makes for good diversification within a broader portfolio, we think. So we look for businesses that are sustainable, that we think are sustainable, and that is using our own metrics and our own philosophies. So, for example, we won't buy micro-lending businesses. We are unlikely to buy tobacco businesses, those kinds of things. We don't think those are sustainable over the long term. So because we very often own companies that are out of favor, that are those are different to many of the holdings that other funds own, and that brings diversification benefits to a broader portfolio.